I'm Jonathan Ingram from Age UK South Lakeland. Age UK is about working with older people to help them stay independent and make choices. And so that's where we come in on the end of life, and it's about making choices at end of life. So it's a small but important part of what we do. I was involved with a community support project which linked all the Age UKs in Cumbria and Macmillan Cancer Support, which finished at the end of 2011, so just over a year ago. And that was looking at working with individuals. It was looking at giving talks about some public health issues. So this was where this came in, the end of life. And also nurturing groups that were already there, possibly starting support groups if the community felt that would be needed where they were. So it was very broad. So that finished at the end of 2011, and we've done some continuation work in different areas which were related. So one, for example, was with the Lancashire and South Cumbria Cancer Network, publicising bowel cancer screening and awareness of symptoms. And I know that's not necessarily about end of life, but the cancer link, obviously, there's a lot of links there. And the way in which we would take out a message like this about end of life, about talking about end of life, it would be about taking it to large community events. We actually have a programme of these ongoing in different communities around South Lakeland, so I'd make sure that it was highlighted at those and brought along to those. General publicising in the community. We have community workers who are actually based in different villages and towns around South Lakeland who have regular drop-ins, and so again it can be highlighted at those. Or for example in libraries, so with the Macmillan work there are library information points, so it would be about making sure that information was there for people to pick up, and also that volunteers who were involved with those were aware of it and were able to speak to members of the public about that. And also publicising it in our magazine. That goes out, we have more than 5,000 copies that go out across South Lakeland. We do that every month, and so we can bring issues to people's attention that, such as this. We took that message out in all the ways that I've already spoken about. One of the additional things we are working on at the moment is age awareness sessions in local schools. So this is with these local community workers. And so one possibility is to, for example, to take end-of-life messages to those. And I do think it's important that, you know, if we're talking about involving younger people, you know, get really young and just start to sort of normalise it in society. I think that's really important. So I'm quite excited about that. Exactly how much we can get into that, I'm not sure, because there's so many issues that might, you know, the particular one was bowel cancer, which is not easy to raise, but you can raise the issue of illnesses, and you'll die, and that we all do, and just getting that conversation going, because it isn't often talked about. We've got another cancer support project with a narrower focus, which is just starting up right now, and it is going for about 18 months or so. It's more focused on the support group side. And I suppose that there's a frustration there that wasn't a direct continuation from the earlier project from my point of view, and it's got a narrower scope, which in some ways is good because it keeps the focus. On the other hand, I think a lot of momentum was lost because there wasn't continuation, and that is it's always a difficulty for us as a third sector organisation. We present our services as I've described them, but then underneath we're kicking away, trying to keep all this going, the show on the road, and it's so frustrating because I think we do so much with so little.